Hi, my name is Jameeleh Shelo, and I am the founder of DeCast. And this is the picture I sent my talent agent when they informed me I had booked a beer commercial at 8 months pregnant. Not a good look. And this leads us to our problem. The casting process is a mess. I know. I'm an Emmy Award-winning TV writer and producer who has had the good luck of also being able to occasionally work as a performer. I recently spoke to an actress who told me that it takes her 4 hours to submit a 30-second self-tape audition, and a casting director who spends hours combing through inappropriate audition submissions and has to download endless software just to view half of them. DeCast is a solution. We are a full-service casting platform that seamlessly connects casting directors, talent agents, and talent. We believe in power to the performer, agency for the agents, and clarity to casting. But what does that mean? Well, we talked to the casting directors, the talent agents, and the talent, and figured out that they wanted what they wanted in casting software. They want transparency, they want organization, ease of use. Basically, they wanted us to demystify the casting process. Our process is simple. The casting director creates a casting notice. The talent agent receives that casting notice, and our software automatically sorts the most appropriate talent on the agent's roster. So, for example, if a casting notice calls for a 40-year-old quirky Middle Eastern mom, the software will automatically recommend me. The talent agent can go to my profile and send only the most relevant photos and videos. I can then accept the audition and submit a self-tape if appropriate, and from there, the role is cast. Our software is designed for all castings, including print, web, voiceover, film, live event, and television. DeCast has allowed casting directors to create and submit easier castings. We have streamlined in-platform self-tape technology, which no one else has. We've made contacting talent easier. We provide talent and talent agents valuable analytics, like how often they've been called back for auditions and what descriptive keywords are affiliated with the talent, which again, no one else does. We've even made it more cost-effective. Our casting directors only get relevant and appropriate submissions in an organized, easy-to-share manner. The talent agents save time and mental effort, no longer having to act as secretaries, freeing them up to do the parts of the job they love. Talent also gets to submit for the roles they are more likely to book, and they can track their career. And we know that there are currently 1 million subscribers to talent software, but the number of identified talent is closer to 4 million. Employment of actors is expected to increase by 32% by 2030. And like I said, nothing on the market does what we do. The better news is we are live and beta testing at Columbia College Chicago, where we have our first 200 users. Our strategy is to target acting schools, small production companies, theaters. Users get a free profile and have access to all the features. We work directly with the administration to get students on the platform, and I have even been invited to speak in several classes. At Columbia, the student who runs the casting Instagram makes sure that all of Columbia's castings are posted on DeCast. This process is being documented and is repeatable so we can scale. As for casting directors and talent agents, we are working on an incentive program. So once the beta test is over, we will have a group of talent agents and casting directors ready to engage. And so far, this has been working. We have several partners in Chicago who are willing to use, share, test, and recommend our software, including Second City Chicago and Compass Casting. But the numbers are what matters. And so far, it costs $7 to acquire a customer, which brings in $1,075 in annual revenue. And on average, an actor will stay with our software for 10 years, meaning that each customer has a lifetime value of $10,075. We provide real value at a lower price. Our customers get more, and while it's hard to find competitors that do what we do in this space, those that do exist don't have in-platform self-tape or analytics, and they weren't designed with the user in mind. Our goal is to have 50% of the Chicago market in the next 3 years with a potential for $4 million in subscriptions, but that is not our limit. We have several paths to revenue, including taking e-commerce fee on every single transaction. So when our subscribers get paid, so do we. So how can $25,000 help get us there? I would love to hire a sales liaison to take the sales playbook we are currently creating and implement it in schools and theaters. I also need site maintenance and improvement. We are getting so much feedback from our beta test on features that the subscribers want, like SMS messaging, and I'd love to be able to start implementing those ideas as soon as possible. I have a great team of advisors who are helping me guide this venture into success. The goal is simple. We want every role cast with the best possible talent, swiftly, easily, and with respect for the casting process and its participants. We are DeCast. Thank you.
All right, I'll let you know when we can see your screen.
All right. What this way?
You're great to go.
All right. Do you suffer from scrollingitis or skippy virus? Don't worry, you're not alone. These are streaming disorder when you just keep scrolling and scrolling and still can't find stuff to watch. And we can all relate to that skip ad button. Meanwhile, independent filmmakers are being marginalized even when their work has had a good run at the festival. So Pixquid solved both of these problems by building an inclusive, community-driven distribution platform for filmmakers and artists to connect with their fans, providing a home for unique films and video content after a festival screening. Fans can also discover and watch a variety of content while supporting their favorite filmmakers and artists, promoting career sustainability and equal opportunity anytime, anywhere at their own pace. Let's dive in. You go to pixquid.com and you go to register for a free account. Once you set up an account, you browse and search for content. And once you find the stuff to watch, and you can watch it for free, you have free content right away, or you can also choose to do pay-per-view. On the film page, you can also check out the filmmaker's bio, and filmmakers can also submit their film from the website. Our business model is straightforward, with revenue coming from subscriptions, pay-per-views, content partnership, and third-party distribution. Go to market. We have partnered with couples festivals. We also have, oh wait, sorry, I gotta go back. Market size, sorry. Given these numbers, it's clear Pixquid is well positioned to tap into a growing market, cater to the rising demands of independent content. And here you go to market. We are partnered with a couple of festivals, and we also have our own festival. It's been running for 10 years, and media marketing platform, Chicago Film News. Working in the industry give us about roughly thousands of direct contacts with filmmakers and community support. Traction attraction. So we launched our MVP last year, and when we have a funding in place, we expect 500,000 users and around 85 million in projected revenue conservatively by 2028. Our traction shows where we are now after 1 year with no substantial marketing spending. Pixquid is part of a bigger independent media ecosystem that my production social enterprise has been building for over a decade. Instead of fighting for the red ocean overcrowded space, there's a huge blue ocean gap between the expensive oversaturated platforms and the free oversaturated platforms that try to generate their own ad revenue. So Pixquid filled this big gap with the ecosystem. So $25,000 from TechRise will allow us to offer accessibility to phone and TV app users and launch content partnership, as well as continue festival outreach, and also to keep the platform running. I've been working in the creative field for 35 years, 15 years in film and video production. I believe creativity is a human right, and that's for both content creators and audience. And that's been my main motivation to change the creative work landscape. My team believe filmmakers and artists should be admired, respected, for their work and their talent, and not their names or celebrity status. Audience should be respected for their time and their intelligence. So I invite you to join our Pick Squad and explore this exciting opportunity with us as we aim to reshape the independent film distribution. Thank you.
Great job. All right, Doug, do you want to join us on screen? And Eric, can I have you kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Talk to me about the financial relationship with the filmmakers and the content owners. How do you manage that?
Yeah, hang on one second. Let me just try to get myself back from here. I'm sorry, can you repeat that question again?
Sure. The financial relationship with the movie producers, film producers, and content owners. How do you share revenue, and what are the costs like there?
So yeah, so everything everybody is submitting for free. This is content for free. We pay-per-view share revenue of 30%. The content provider, the filmmakers get 70% and the platform get 30%. And there's also referral bonuses and educational and workshop thing that we can offer Thorough if they become a part of the Pixquid in this case. So yeah. And non-exclusive rights. So meaning that the content get the rights to keep everything. And if they want to take the content somewhere else, meaning that if they want to go to other platform that they get paid for, then they can, because the goal is just to help the filmmakers to grow and to support the filmmakers. So whatever that works best for them, we are working towards that.
John.
So if I'm understanding correctly, it's like an ad-based like distribution platform for.
Nope. So we have ad-free. It's ad-free actually. So it's a free content with no ads. And basically the idea behind it is because people should be able to watch content and appreciate the art and the film and the work from the talent directly without having to sacrifice time to watch a beer commercial ad or something. So we should be able to watch it and appreciate it and support them.
Claudia.
I love your logo.
Thank you.
I love your presentation. It was great. My concern, I guess my question is, my question is, how do you get your content provider? How do you get the filmmakers? And I understand that you have a festival, right? But who in your company is going through and identifying? And then how do you, once you get that content, who's deciding what's an alignment? Like, do you have a goal of what type of content specifically is on your platform? And then who makes that decision? Or is it AI?
So yes, great question. I currently it's just me and a panel of judges and people that work for the company. We come together, we send them content and we make the selections. However, like down the road, we are hoping to, like right now, also we partner with film festivals. We try to reach out to festivals and partner with them and just make sure that they, after they've done screening the content, we have an option to contact the filmmakers directly and talk to them about the benefits and things that we can do for them. So right now, how we get content is one, filmmakers can submit their content directly to the website. We also reach out to the film festivals to reach out to the content providers and also
we have 15 minutes. So go ahead, Reggie.
And also we have a film festivals and working with a bunch of filmmakers in the industry. We reach out to them directly, and that's what's been our strategy, is just me directly getting on Zoom, talk to 100 filmmakers, just trying to get
cut us off now. Sorry. All right, but great job. And judges, thanks for the questions. And then we have, last but not least, Andrea joining us from Opnr.
Okay, can you all hear me okay?
We can hear and see you. We just don't see your slides yet.
Great. I will have them up in just a second. Okay, can you all see them now?
Looks great.
Okay, great. All right. So thank you for having us today. My name is Andrea Wallace. Everybody calls me Dre. And I'm the CEO and co-founder of Opnr. So Opnr is an all-in-one data-powered entertainment marketplace. And what we do is remove the time and friction that's associated with talent discovery and booking, along with this added benefit of fan base influence ticket sales. So I'm sure most of you probably know of anybody who likes music in the room. I'm sure you've been to a concert recently or tried to be at a concert recently, whether it's big or small, but the live music industry is under quite a bit of strain. There's three things that are really going on. Venue closure, and in particular, independent venue closure, is at an all-time high. Local talent that doesn't stay local forever tends to go unleveraged, and fan value, or the value that fans have that's really beyond just buying a ticket, has actually yet to be truly unlocked. But there's a huge opportunity that is in front of us. In fact, a $9.2 billion opportunity that stands before Opnr. And that is to support these trends that already tie together fan enthusiasm to be able to help sell tickets and to help promote indie musicians, and also aggregate easily discovered and aggregating easily and discovered by and booked by organizers. So Opnr is the solution for all of this. So again, Opnr is an all-in-one data-powered entertainment marketplace that's taking that time and friction that's associated with talent discovery and booking. And then with that added benefit of fan-based influence ticket sales. And we do that in sort of 3 chunks or 3 ways. So first, there's data-driven talent discovery and booking that is bringing together these organizers and talent by means of performance opportunities. So musicians want performance opportunities, organizers have performance opportunities. We use part of our marketplace to bring them together. Also, the talent data, or the data that we know about all of these musicians that are on our platform, we need to use this to ensure that the talent gets booked for the right opportunities at the right time. And then lastly, the talent's local fan base, we can leverage all of the data elements that we currently have about them in order to boost ticket sales via fan support. So fans can actually have a piece or a part in whether or not some of these musicians or some of these artist acts actually get to perform. So our process is actually proven. We've been doing it for some time now, a couple of years. So again, we've got a double-sided marketplace, talent on one side, organizers on the other side. On the talent side, basically, it's a really quick process. They create an EPK, or an electronic press kit, and then they're able to search for or submit for opportunities based on certain kinds of criteria. It could be location, genre, different things like that. On the organizer side, they can create these opportunities, but then they can also review all of the submissions that they've received from talent. And then they can also use what is our final step, which is a piece of our platform that's called Fan Claim. And Fan Claim basically is sort of just that. It's a way that fans can claim support for these artists. And also what it does is it helps those organizers to be able to close the gap in ticket sales. So our early platform traction is healthy. We've got 619 organizers, almost 10,000 musicians on the platform all across the country, over 14,000 fans. As you'll see across the bottom, we've worked with quite a few startup accelerators in our journey. G-Beta Conquer Accelerator from Michigan State University. We graduated from Techstars last December. And so all of these organizations have helped us basically get to where we've gotten so far. And then our competition, basically our biggest competition is actually Excel spreadsheets, so kind of like our incumbent. And so we have a way to basically tie together all these pieces that are missing from all of the other platforms to be able to fill the needs for organizers. And then, so our business model is actually a freemium plus a subscription model. So
I gotta stop us.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
All right, judges, if you could come on, that would be great. And John, I'm going to have you start us off.
What's up, Trey? This is great.
Hey.
I'm trying to think. I fully understand the entire value prop.
If someone else has a question, they can pop in first if you need a minute.
Yeah, so somebody else go. I'll scribble something.
Hi there. I'm going to jump in because I like this idea of creating the opportunity for fan claim support. So for Beehive and the Swifties, like, talk to me a little bit about, because I saw a number pop up and it was gone. How many fans? Talk to us a little bit about that part. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. So the way that fan claim works, like I said, it's literally just that. It allows fans to claim support for artists that have submitted for the opportunities that organizers are putting onto our platform. So basically what that does is if an organizer puts an opportunity out on the platform, if I am a musician, I fit the criteria for that opportunity, I can submit for that. Then what I can also do is press a button, decide if I want to use fan claim, and automatically there are links that get shot out to my social media platforms. That allows my fans then to claim support for me as an artist to say, yes, I really want Dre to perform for this show. show. What we get back then on the Opnr side is all of the data elements about these fans. So then at that point, we now know, okay, we know where these fans live. We know what musicians they're into. We know what kind of music they're into. We are primed to be able to sell them a ticket in a much better way and have a much higher click-through rate than what a Facebook ad, a Google ad or Twitter ad or X, whatever they're called now, would be able to deliver.
Eric.
How easy is it for the musicians to create their press kits? I think it's called, that you call them.
Yeah.
And like, how can you automate that to almost onboard more artists faster?
Sure. Yeah. So it's actually really quick. Currently, the way that we have it, it takes it's probably about between a 3 and 5 minute process for artists to do. Super easy to fill out. Basically, all they do is it's a photo of themselves, some basic information around where they're located, genres and subgenres that they're associated with. Then what they can do is connect them with their social media and distribution platforms. So whether it's Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all of those, also all their socials. So if they have actual performance videos of themselves, all those can be incorporated into one profile. So then let's say I'm an organizer, I can go to that one profile and see, okay, here's the musician, here's where they're located, here's what they do. I can hear what they sound like. I can also see past performance videos of them, et cetera, et cetera. But it's pretty quick right now.
Okay. I wonder, is there a way to add in this? It's cool. So I was thinking, like, could you do almost like a social network layer where they can link with all?
I'm going to move over to John for a question.
Yeah.
I guess it sounds like an idea more than a question. John, go for it.
The answer is yes, but yes.
So can you talk a little bit about the ramp up on the venue side? Like, I know you're not going to have any problem on the artist side. Like,
artist side is
a couple
definitely
of two-sided marketplaces in the artist space, and I think like you have artists that are basically going to sit around and wait for opportunities, which will allow you to build the other side of the marketplace. But how is that ramp up
15
coming?
seconds.
Sorry. Yeah, sure. So super quick. So on the organizer side, basically how we've been doing it so far is one, word of mouth, because we haven't had a lot of money to be able to like actually advertise and all of that. But also what we've been getting is a push from the musician side.
I'm so sorry. It's got to be fair. I know this one. I don't know why today has been so hard in cutting everyone off, but it has. I guess there's just so much great content to cover. Judges, you have the very challenging job now of going to choose the winner of $25,000 today from Get Cities. Great job, Andrea. And now I'm going to bring on our guest who is going to chat with me while we wait for the judges to deliberate. So it is my pleasure to introduce Scott Fetters. Scott is the co-founder and director of 2112, a creative industries hub in Chicago, providing intentional community, educational resources, mentorship, and access to capital. 2112 was born out of a vision to drive impact and real change in an industry slow to adapt. And he began his career in the music industry in 2005, working with the Cutting Edge Music Business Conference and Music Business Institute of New Orleans. He joined the board of directors of the Chicago Music Commission in 2011, focusing on promoting Chicago as a global music hub and providing resources for local industry growth. In 2013, he helped launch chicagomusic.org through a grant from Boeing, very cool, creating a virtual hub for Chicago's music industry, and recently founded the Center for Creative Entrepreneurship. So we are so glad to be able to talk to you about 2112 again. I know that we've had teammates on before, but I don't know, have we had you on for the I don't think so either. We're at season 3, so I kind of forget now. But I know that you and I have talked, so it's great to have you on. Welcome. So I often go off script, but so I hope you don't mind. But first, would you want to just talk a little bit about the inspiration for starting 2112 and your background and what led to that?
Sure. Yeah, so I had moved to Chicago. I was working in New Orleans, as you had mentioned, with the Cutting Edge Music Business Conference, and I was working in the corporate space here, and on the side. Joined the board of the Chicago Music Commission, and there was an economic impact study that was commissioned about 15 years ago that, what jumped out at me was at the time Chicago was the third largest creative economy kind of across the board. It was New York, LA, Chicago. We were number 1 in musical diversity, number 3 almost across the board. And I was trying to figure out, why is nobody talking about Chicago, and why are people talking about Austin and Atlanta and Seattle? We thought it was a marketing issue at first, and we took data to city and state government, just trying to get them to promote what was happening here to the world. Realized in that process, it was a much bigger problem of fragmentation in the market, where there was so much happening here, but nobody knew each other, nobody was working together. So our mission shifted with CMC to really be focused on bringing the industry together.
Yeah.
And that,
And similar, honestly, to P33, and thinking about, all the assets that we have in Chicago, well, why aren't we seen as an innovation hub that we should be seen as? So I don't think I realized that parallel challenge that we have in the music industry. I also did not know that we were third largest creator economy, which is just so interesting because you don't think of us as that. So what do you think we need to do as a city to better recognize the artists and creators that are here?
I think we're doing it. I think we made a lot of progress over the last 15 years. I think we're getting a lot of global recognition. We're talking to the city too. I mean, it's a lot of it's claiming, it's working with. I mean, there's also, I think, there's so many global brands here that people don't realize when you look at, Shure and Reverb and NetherRealm in the gaming space and major brands, and even some of the emerging with companies like Songfinch and I think a lot of them globally aren't necessarily recognized as Chicago. So we're doing a lot with the city to try to push that recognition, working with companies and artists to help to have try to push them to claim Chicago as well.
Yeah.
And then it's really about it's community. It's bringing, when we have 2,000 people working out of our building in various aspects of entertainment now, and before you'd come to Chicago and it was kind of hard to plug in, hard to understand the breadth and scope of kind of everything that was happening here. But when you come and you see Fort Knox in 2112, you can't say that there's nothing happening in Chicago.
Yeah. And why 2112? Why is that the name?
It was a lot of jokes kind of here at the beginning. It was we were really looking at that tech incubator model, and how do we replicate that for the entertainment industry, and at the time 1871 had taken off in 1776 in DC, and we were talking to Emil with Blue 1647, and everybody had these 4-digit numbers, and everyone had very serious meanings behind their names, and we somebody as a joke in the meeting said we need a 4-digit number, and throughout 1984, 2112 being the Rush album, and we always kind of look, that actually sounds pretty good.
It does, and it's a palindrome or whatever. I don't know if that's what's called when it's numbers, but still, it's nice. It goes the same direction both ways. So, capital is always at the core of a lot of these conversations that we have, whether it's supporting artists or entrepreneurs or artistic entrepreneurs. And so I'm curious how you're seeing, if any, kind of positive trend towards supporting entrepreneurs in the arts. Or maybe not. Just tell us what's going on, because I actually don't know.
Yeah, no, I think so. And I think there's a lot happening. I think the pandemic even helped significantly, build our global network. There's a lot more that's gone virtual since. And so, organizations like Music Tech Europe and California Music Tech, there's a lot of global support that we have kind of tapped into on both funding and entrepreneurial resources. And then, build those connections, organizations like Music Tectonics and a few others, throughout the US that, I think the more that we've come together and been able to kind of knew about each other before, but the more we've been able to engage online, I think it's been a significant positive trend.
What do you think we can do to better connect the kind of tech startup world to the art startup world?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know, a lot of ways I don't think about them as necessarily different things. I think that is a big conversation that we always have is, why are we calling it anything different? It's business and entrepreneurship, and it's tech startup.
Yeah.
But I think, we're trying to do that as well. I think there's a lot of conferences that are bringing pieces together. I think a big focus for us too, in general, is cross-industry collaboration, and how do we bring, music, for example, what are all the other industries that impacts, and when you look at, the strengths in Chicago with kind of advertising and film and television and gaming, and the more we can bring different industries and different people together, and the more we can kind of change the narrative on the fact that these companies are significant economic drivers and tech startups.
Yeah, absolutely. Where does most of the funding come from right now for 2112?
2112 specifically?
Yeah.
Our funding is primarily membership based.
Great.
So yeah, we're
And
100% self-sustaining. We do have the nonprofit arm, which is funded through grants currently from Walder Foundation.
great. So members pay for access to like studio equipment, or give us a little bit of an understanding of how people engage the best with 2112.
Yeah, so starting at $250 a month is full 24/7 access to the space, and that's it's workspace. So on the 2112 side, there are content studios. Fort Knox is separate, and that's the recording studios, production studios, film. Those are more kind of just standard rental. But then it's about creating the ecosystem and kind of bringing everyone together, so that the membership includes access to the space and to all of our educational programming and mentorship.
Can you tell people where they can find it?
Yep. So we're physically we're on the northwest side, right at Montrose and Cicero, and then everything online 2112inc.com.
And what are you thinking about for 2024? What are your ambitions for the artistic community, or just 2112 alone? But what are you planning for next year?
I think a big, well, there's a couple things. So, really our vision has shifted to trying to be kind of the global leader in developing economic development for regions. So we actually we've acquired property in Milwaukee. We're working on a project in Austin. So we're working on building out a global network of these physical hubs, and then strengthening our international partnerships as well.
Will you call all of them 2112?
No, they'll all be independently owned and operated. And a big part of it is not replicating, not building directly what we built, but kind of assessing the needs of the local market. So they'll be built in a similar way, organically from the ground up, from local community, and then named accordingly.
Okay, so beyond the kind of studio and production part that is tech, how are you guys incorporating tech as part of your community building, or your plans for the future?
We're still trying to figure that out a little bit. A big push through CCE is figuring out the best method to build that virtual community. We do have a partnership with Media Tech Ventures as well, on all of our international programming, and they are currently building out a platform for virtual engagement as well.
Great. Can you share with us any of your kind of bigger success stories over the last few years in terms of brands or artists or people we might not realize came through your experience?
Yeah, I would say, a lot of the success comes from bringing people together, really. So companies, I remember like the train tour came through a few years back, and there was a 2-person production team who bid on it, ended up winning and subcontracting out to one of our video production teams. 4 or 5 different companies within the space, they all came together and managed the entire summer train tour. We see a lot of things like that. We see companies like Grid Life, who started, it was a group of ad agency guys, started with a 3-person team in a small office here. They've now grown to over 10,000 square feet in the building, doing festivals throughout the country, like motorsports by day, music festival by night.
Cool. Do you get free tickets?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
They don't do anything in Chicago directly, unfortunately. But
bummer.
Michigan, I think, is the closest. But yeah, there's been a lot of companies. McEntee, well, I know Fiona's pretty active with I think with the P33 community as well. But they've grown, same thing, kind of brother sister team. I think they have a team of over 20 now. So we have a lot of stories like that where small 1, 2, 3-person teams are now 20+ person teams.
So 10 years from now, what do you hope Chicago looks like that's different than now?
I think just continuing the path, really. I think there's a huge opportunity for us to be, if we continue to focus on our strengths, and you look at being a major sports town, ad town, film town. I think more connectivity between those industries, and more awareness globally.
Great. Well, Scott, thank you so much for coming and representing 2112. It looks like the judges have come back. So we're going to welcome the judges and the founders back on stage so we can announce the winner. And Scott, have a great weekend. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
All right. Judges, who's presenting the winner today? Or the runner-up first and then the winner? I mean, I think they're back. Stephen came on. Let me double check. Well, we might just be making this has never happened before. I feel like this is an interesting moment. Give me 1 sec. All right, this is so just so you guys know, we don't have Lucy today. So she is doing her fellowship, which means everything's running slightly differently. But and so Scott, I'm sorry I ended up with you before. Usually that's my cue when they come back on over to this thing. So I'm a little bit caught off guard, but that's okay because it's a Friday and we're about to go into a lovely fall weekend. And I guess while they are finishing deliberations, it must be a really tough battle. So I'm curious if you guys have any questions for Scott based on what you learned from our conversation.
I just want to say hi, Scott. We met before. I think I've been to 2112 several times in the past.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. No, and I would love to invite. There's a few that I haven't met. So I send everybody LinkedIn requests as well. So feel free to contact me. We'd love to have you in for a tour anytime, and anything we can do to help, let us know.
Okay. That sounded tough. You guys put me in the hot seat. I thought you guys were back. I saw Stephen and I was like trying to make conversation. So thanks everyone for being patient with me. I'm clearly not a news anchor or anything off the fly. But okay, so we're going to announce the runner-up first. And that means they have a chance for the grand finale for next year, and then we'll announce the winner. So who is the runner-up today?
The runner-up is Keisha with Sugar Games.
Woo!
Congratulations. Very excited for you and your growth in the space. Oh, but it was a knockout, drag out. It was tense. We were a little timed out. Hi, Scott. Number one, the prize, $25,000 goes to Opnr, Andrea Wallace. Congratulations.
Well, you can come off mute and scream. We want to hear your happiness.
Oh my gosh. You guys don't even know the kind of week that I had, and I wasn't even going to be able to show up today. That's why I'm like, I just had a baby 2 weeks ago. She was strapped onto me when I first joined the call.
Congratulations.
And my parents are here to watch her while I could join this. So yeah.
Amazing. I had no idea either. And I don't know how many parents we have in the room, but that is a feat. So thank you for putting your maternity leave on pause to join us on TechRise, and congratulations. Hopefully this makes I'm going to cry for you. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
All right. Well, this made the whole delay worth it. Okay. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Verizon. Thank you, Get Cities.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Wow.